Super Mario Bros. The movie.
Just
It's out.
released.
We've seen it
We've seen
with
it
our
now.
eyes a few
And,
hours ago.
Yes, so because we made a video about the movie
About
before it came out,
Yeah.
we had some statements about the film there, of course, and just for
some predictions as well.
just for closure, we're just gonna do this real quick, easy video with just us talking over some footage. Don't know what that's gonna be.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be so it's a Mario movie.
Yeah, what was your thoughts?
It's first of all, of course, I'm super aware, just like everyone else is, that unlike video games, of course, movies aren't art. So if you look at something so artistic and meaningful as the original Super Mario Bros. For the Famicom and later Nintendo Entertainment System, I think translating that stuff into a movie is of course really hard, because you can't really express yourself in the same way when you're making a movie. It's not going to have the same emotions, not the same, what do you call it?
Pathos.
Yeah, the same pathos, and maybe just in general, it wouldn't exude as much meaning as a video game would, especially not from that time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
and I think
that's how it is.
and I think-
Absolutely.
but they did try.
I guess
think.
they tried.
They did a really good job at trying, I think.
Okay, let's be serious
And
now.
yeah, but I am serious though. It's one of those things where, you know, when when the thing is translated into a movie, it's exactly what you expect it to be, and
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's a serviceable kids movie.
Yeah, it's a good, solid kids film.
It's exactly what I would have. First of all, it's exactly what I would have imagined from a Super Mario Bros. Movie made today by Nintendo and Illumination.
Yeah, so basically,
It's exactly
like,
that.
what you saw in the trailer, if you liked what you saw in the trailer, you will like this film. If you did not like it, you won't like it.
You won't change your mind about. If you didn't like the trailers, you will not like the movie. But if you enjoy the trailers, I think, because most of it is here. Like, there are some things switched around and stuff, but I think what's really funny about it is that the things that we said in the video about the structure, how it plays out, is mostly correct.
We were,
Of course, we
correct.
we
We'll
didn't
get into that more later.
Yeah.
Later.
But it's like it's exactly what you would imagine it to be, and I think I think for that it's a fine kids movie. I had a good time.
We
at
had a
least.
good time. We were in a small VIP theater. It was very empty. We're like
VIP.
less than 10 people in there or something. So,
Wait. VIP as in not we were invited especially
No.
to this show because we were transferred.
This theater just has a nice small saloon that's VIP.
Yeah, they just call it VIP.
Call that
because they have a lot of space for your feet, and there are the seats are like further apart and all that stuff. So it's really nice and
you can
cozy.
order in food. We've never done that, but
No.
like it costs as much as IMAX. It's just like I'll rather take the smaller
I'll
saloon.
rather take that,
It's really
yeah.
nice. But there were like 10 people in there, so like at
There
some
wasn't
point
even 10 people.
less than
It was an early show.
yeah midday, but like there were some points where I wanted to be like yes, but it was just like
you couldn't.
we were just like yeah,
I think
golf clapping.
I think one of the things is that this is not. I would say for the Sonic fans that are gloating about the Rotten Tomatoes score right now and being like, yes, Sonic finally owns Mario.
I think both movies are
yes,
about the same quality.
but
I like both.
I would say that my movie-going experience with Sonic, both of the Sonic movies have been the best movie experiences I
Yes.
have had, because they have been so fun. The crowd for the Sonic movies, at least in our experience, have been so excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
And since we were in
This
a
could
really
be because we had, like,
small,
4 other people in there or something.
if it were in a big theater, it would probably. But that's just the thing, you know.
I can say that like this. I think the Sonic movies, especially Sonic 2, was a bit more aware of like the hype experience of watching something like this.
Yes.
Mario movie was a bit more like down to earth, predictable. Like there weren't like a ton of huge surprises where you were just like, oh my god,
What the fuck?
yeah.
They showed Grangalore?
They had some really fun ones of those though. So
Yeah.
like we also bought the little tub of popcorn,
Yeah, it was a question block.
tin can,
Yeah.
and someone else in the saloon didn't.
Salon.
Salon.
What do you call... Wait.
The theater room.
The theater.
Saloon.
Saloon.
Well, it's a
Howdy,
cowboy
partner.
show. Anyway, someone else didn't pick theirs home, so we were just
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll take
Why
this
do-
one.
why
Now
do
we
I
have
put
two
it
of
by-
those.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Thank
And-
you.
Do you have any like closing thoughts before we get into spoilers?
Before spoiler stuff.
Because we just kind of wanna gush.
Like the most DC stuff, I just think it's a fine movie. I think you should see it. Like even if even if you're on the fence or whatever.
It's a good time.
I think it's a good time, especially if you let yourself just have a movie that's really fast paced, and we're talking like the kids movie fast paced, like an Illumination movie where things are moving at a brisk pace.
Don't meander.
No,
they
you
just
don't have
get
a-
on with the stuff.
yeah.
Something interesting happens.
You don't have a lot of time that is put towards I wouldn't say wasting time, but like there's not much time put on on anything specific, you know.
Yeah.
It just moves on, it just goes.
Yeah, I said earlier in a group chat that like it's leaning more towards comedy than drama. It doesn't
more
have
action.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the Pixar structure of like
No.
where you start moping and being like, oh shit, I'm not a real Italian or something.
Yeah.
And then Mori like finds his like, oh shit, wait, maybe I am Italian.
There is a moment like that, although it's over in like 2 seconds.
There are like 2 moments like that, but like it's snappy, it's fast. It doesn't
It's action-packed.
it doesn't really
Yeah.
push its message home like super hard.
No.
It
In the
has
end-
a message
so, look,
about this togetherness.
Yeah. In the end, this is a movie about friendship, or rather brotherly love.
Yeah.
And I think that's nice and fine.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be more than
There's
than
like
it
an
does.
arc with Mario, Luigi, and Mario
Yeah.
and Donkey Kong. Like it's
But
it was expected.
But we'll go into
We'll
that.
go into that.
But anyway, I think at least
Yeah.
it's just, you know, it's really it's safe, it's it's inoffensive, it's just a fun time if you want to go in and just let yourself
Yeah.
have a
I'm
good
also
time.
gonna say there were for anyone who wonders, there's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit, like at the very end there's one more. And yeah, we're gonna get into what those were, but like if you're just gonna watch this, I'm just gonna say one more thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the Rotten Tomatoes thing, where like it's under 50. Remember that there are like a bunch of old people watching these and reviewing them, and like because it's a Mario movie, it's the Mario movie, it's an elimination from like it's not gonna rake in the tens.
I think
It just isn't.
like in the end, I think that if you want to watch
Yeah.
this movie, like
Yeah, absolutely.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, an aggregate for reviews also, I kind of think you need to, instead look at the score, you kind of need to look at what the people are saying.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you find out if you will agree,
Because there
or
was,
or if it's something like that. That's just how it is.
Because there's like one review quote here, like even Super Mario superfans might prefer the game, and that's just like such a fundamental misunderstanding of fandoms and games. Like, of course, the Super Mario superfans will prefer the games.
Yeah.
That's why they're Super Mario superfans.
That's
I would
why
be
they're-
shocked if Super Mario superfans watch this movie and was just
Yeah.
like, shit, this is better than the game.
The speedrunner goes into this and being like, damn,
It's also that review where it was just like, wow, this is incomprehensible if you're not a Mario fan.
And I don't know. No.
Absolutely not. Explain everything that needs explaining.
I think there are so much Mario stuff that is just osmosis too.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I think most people like just who have a fleeting understanding of video games.
You touch a fire flower and get fire powers.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that needs to be explained. No.
I think those things like the mushroom, the fire flower, and the power star. I think all of those are kind of like an osmosis thing.
Yeah, of course.
And
but
they're
it's
really
also
simple.
like they just say this is a power up. It gives you powers.
It's it's really easy. Although I'm gonna say though, like of course, I think when you look at aggregate scores and all that, of course, like I said, you need to look at the reviews themselves, but also I think it's just a bit funny in general when you see movies coming out and they get really panned in general, especially when it's kids movies, because it's just like, yeah, like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna like what I'm gonna take away from the fact that Sonic, for example, has 6 on it, because like that's just a really fun experience in my opinion. So usually that's just my recommendation. Read the reviews instead of just looking at the score, because when you have a almost 50, that means that half of people are actually also like enjoying some stuff of it. Divisive,
there
maybe.
Is, if the Mario movie was raking in 9s and 10s, we would have known already from the trailer. It would have probably been really subversive and everything, because like anything that's standard like this is like, it's an adaptation of a game, it's a kids film, they go through the motions. It's not
gonna get
not
great
gonna
scores.
It's not gonna happen.
Of course not.
Do you want to move into
I want to move
spoiler
into the
zone?
spoiler
Because
stuff.
like I'm just gonna like we're going into spoilers.
Here's
so
that little tone before.
Turn off. If you don't want giving you time. Have they left?
Here's the tone. Now it's time for the spoiler zone.
Yes. Okay. So where do we begin? Let's
honestly, I think there isn't necessarily much to
there
spoil.
Isn't. The shocking thing is the trailer showed almost everything
that you
we
need
would
to know.
see. The late stage stuff. Most important, Bowser.
I'm gonna say though, I nailed the timeline of how it was gonna go.
Yes.
Until, of course, the point where Peach goes forward towards Bowser, because that's the stuff we hadn't seen. But all the stuff we saw in the trailers, I nailed how it was gonna go.
There was like only one ingredient which was missing, because to me there was missing spots, like, okay, why do they go do this, why did they go to Donkey Kong? It was to recruit them, but like, what was the they were having like some content, why they're going go-karting? It's because their societies is based on go-karts, apparently. The concept.
You know what's really funny?
Wait, I'm not done, because the one missing ingredient was Bowser's motivation. Like, it was, you kind of explained a lot of the silliness and sassiness and everything, because Bowser, of course, and they've been hiding this real well. This is like the one thing they did not like elaborate on. He wants to marry Peach. Yeah.
What's really funny about it is that they place it almost like a reaction to the trailers, because Bowser has the moment where in the trailers he just basically says that we're gonna destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, right? And what they have cut out of that, of course, is the part where Bowser tells all of them that I'm gonna marry her, and they're like, what? Like, it's the reaction you would have, where it's like, but for you it's like, obviously, but it's like, because we haven't seen it in the trailer, it's a funny motivation, because Bowser is just like, he talks about Peach in a very funny way, where it's like he worships her over everything else, and then it's like, and if she says no, I'll destroy all of it.
It really steers the tone of this film because,
Yes.
like, with that, it really explains like the why Peach is characterized this way. It was like the missing ingredient. Like we couldn't have predicted that fully.
No.
But like it does explain it because, like, to me it's super clear. Like, Bowser is like, I'm gonna marry Peach.
Yeah.
She's gonna love me.
Yeah, because
And
I
if not, I'm gonna kill the Mushroom Kingdom. And
the star, of course, was for her.
yeah, it was for her. That was
Yeah.
why he got it. And the funny part also is that, like, this is just what Bowser is about. He's so clueless about it. He's just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is gonna work. He's like talking with Kamek. Kamek dresses up as Peach in a scene, real nice. And they're just being like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be
it's gonna
great.
work, it's
and
gonna work.
obviously, because that's why Peach is characterized this way. She's like spunky, sassy. She's capable. She, like, her first meeting with Mario, she like grabs him and flips him
Yeah.
over.
Of course, she
over
needs
her.
to have learned that shit.
That's why she is like this. Because if Peach was very like helpless and just kind of like
Yeah.
going through the motions, it would be a lot more predatory when Bowser then comes. It's just like, you're gonna marry me, and then he holds Toad hostage, her friend, and she goes with it. It works better when he comes, and it's
yes.
just like, this whole movie, you know how she is. So when he's like, marry me, she's just like,
course
are you
he's gonna
fucking
say-
kidding me?
Yeah, I think that works better than her just saying, "Oh no,"
Yeah.
like that. And I think one thing that is like, obviously, when I talked about the inspirations of
Yes.
the movie, of course, Super Mario Bros. Super
Yes.
Show, obvious, as we saw then later. I was really vindicated.
You had it
when-
down to the beat.
when-
Who's gonna stop me? The Mario
Yeah.
Bros.
Yeah,
theme
you know,
starts playing.
that's what I told you. I said instantly after who's gonna stop
Yeah.
me? Then they're gonna play that stuff.
I mean, it was kind of predictable, but it's nice to say
yes,
that.
but what
and be right.
what I'm talking about more, like after the video came out,
Yes.
that's when the trailer for the Mario Bros. Plumbing came out,
Yes.
and they had the Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
It's a bit different in the movie as well, which is fun,
It's a
I
bit
think.
longer in the movie.
Yeah, but also just the idea there, you know, where I think I was really just spot on. But then what I didn't predict entirely was how far into the comic territory it would go.
Yes.
Because that's really the marriage thing, of course, comes from both Odyssey
Yeah.
and the comic is where you have
Yeah.
Peach being like this,
Super
where
Mario
she's
Adventures.
like, no, like,
She's
what do you-
spunky and
yes.
she gets in the marriage situation with Bowser.
Like, it's-
Bowser is
wait.
clueless. He has
So,
a big wedding
it's the-
cake and everything.
It's
the
the exact
ceremony.
same thing where Bowser says in that comic book basically like, you're gonna marry me or else the
Yeah.
kingdom will die.
And that's just like
Yeah.
the thing that was like, okay, this is what we couldn't predict, but like that was
But we
like
should
the
have.
big no.
A
it
little
was.
bit.
I don't think we really could have
But I
fully
think that's
predicted
fun.
it. But they hit it. But like
Yeah.
the big climax of the film is the wedding reception.
Yes.
Which is like it's in tone. It works. They're gonna sacrifice
King
Bowser's
yeah,
prisoners in the
yeah.
lava.
I
Bowser is really funny and like he's
Okay, so I just
he
want to
has this
say,
mix of
yeah,
real gruesome darkness,
sinister and cute.
being really.
What is really funny about Bowser is that he has a cute face sometimes in this movie. He has this like little it's hard to describe. When you see the movie, you will understand. If you have seen it, you understand what I mean. Where he sometimes has a bit of a like puppy eyes almost. I think all of the characters are really cute in a way that they aren't usually in the games.
No.
Like Mario and Luigi are super cute sometimes, and I think that's really cool. But of course, Jack Black, he's as Bowser, he steals the show. He's so good. It's so like honestly, I'm looking forward to more, specifically because I want more of this Bowser because he's so good. It's the pathetic Bowser in a way where he's also intimidating in a lot of ways. You know, he has the bombastic stuff, but he's also like the fact that he goes and does the thing where he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice them. I'm doing it for you.
Yeah, but he
such
is
a
like,
fucking-
as we knew, like the moment they showed the casting, like in one
Yeah.
second, it was just like, yes, this is the most perfect casting. He is the most essential Bowser
Yes.
ever. It was the most predictable part of this film that Jack Black would be the most fun part about it.
Yes.
because that's just
That's Jack
we knew.
Black.
We
Yeah.
knew.
I,
He also does the song Peaches,
yeah, it's great.
which is really fun. It's nice because
like
we
it.
were like, it's Jack Black. He's gonna
sing.
have a song. He's gonna
Yeah.
have a song.
And he has a little ballad,
Yeah.
basically
Uh,
for Peach. And I don't know. I think, like I said before, it's really fast paced, and I think some people will have a problem with that because you go really from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Like you don't have a lot of time to stick around with the characters.
Yeah,
to,
you can like blink and miss
yeah,
stuff in this.
like you won't. There won't be a lot of character development.
Yeah.
Mario has an arc, a very clear one. The one I said basically would
Yeah.
happen is that where the basic gist is, of course, Mario needs to become Super Mario, but more importantly, Mario is a really determined guy who
Yeah.
always gets back on his feet again.
He's Monkey D. Luffy. He never knows when
Yes.
to quit. He always gets back
Yeah.
up again.
And
And
I
that's just
think-
his character.
Yeah, because and I think that's a really fun way of putting this is actually what I think people will miss a bit. This is an interpretation of the extra life and death mechanic
yeah.
of Super Mario
I
Bros.
didn't think about that's
No,
true.
because Mario always gets up again.
Yeah.
He, despite him, but like
Yes,
actually,
that's true.
like if you see the stuff with Donkey Kong, like he's basically dead, but he always
Yeah.
gets back again, and that's the point. Like where they really interpreted the idea of getting back into a new session of playing the video games over and over again,
Yeah.
because Mario never gives up, and I think it's a really nice thing then to expand a bit more. Like even if it goes that fast, there are moments I wish personally, of course, that there would be more time put on Mario's struggle and whatnot, because that's just nice stuff to have.
Yeah.
But personally, like the pacing is fine to me because I still got all of the
it
stuff.
felt longer than 1.5 hours.
Yes, but I think expounding in on the family, for example, where of course we instantly learn in the beginning Mario and Luigi have quit their job at Spike's wrecking crew, basically, and of course. Mario takes Luigi with him. His family is not really too into the thing.
Should we just finish your thought and then talk
Yeah.
about the family?
No, yeah, but I'm just gonna say that like they're not really into it, and Mario's dad, of course, is the guy who's just like, ah, fuck, this is stupid. You don't jump out of a gig that you're like
Yeah.
where you have security and everything,
Yeah.
and then you take your brother with you
Taking
too.
risks and
Yeah, taking risk and all
jeopardizing
that
his
stuff,
family.
and then of course
frowned
Mario
upon.
is a bit sad about that.
Yeah.
Luigi is like the best brother in the world because he always believes in his brother.
He eats his
very
mushrooms.
nice.
Okay, so let's talk about the family. That was shocking to me. I was like, they might allude to they alluded to the mother like on the site, like, oh, they have a mom. I was
Yeah.
just like, they're not gonna. And then they just
Entire
walk
family.
home. And
Yeah.
it's not just Mario's dad and mom.
No,
It's like
it's
their
an entire
cousins
fa-
or whatever.
yeah.
Like it's just their extended family. They're from Italy. They have an Italian flag and football
Yeah.
thing in the background, just like in the last Mario movie, actually.
I think it's also a very common thing, living together
Yeah, of
with,
course.
with your
It's,
entire family and stuff
It
like
makes
that.
sense, but I was just like,
It's very
because
cute.
this, we've never gotten something
Yeah.
this firm before. Like,
And what I
like-
think is nice is that just like the games, like what's nice about the movie in some sense is that it doesn't expound on too much stuff.
No,
like
it
it
just
doesn't
kinda
go too deep.
throw stuff on
Yeah,
it. So it's like,
like
we
is
see,
it important to know what Mario's dad and mom, what their names are?
No.
No.
What's
You
interesting,
know that
though,
they're
so what's
the
interesting is
family.
that like
That's
they
it.
don't they don't do it as a big reveal. It's just willy-nilly, like, oh, they're walking, like, oh shit, this is a Mario family. Like, it's like, wait,
it's
what's
a Mario
happening?
I think it's nice.
That was like the biggest surprise to me, like
Yeah.
just seeing that, like, because games like Yoshi's Island are so scared of that. They show like the silhouettes of the feet, and it's just like, shit, who is this?
But like I told you also about when we're talking about all that. So Mario, of course, he has a bit of a problem here because people don't believe in him,
Yeah.
right? No, and people don't believe in him other than his brother, and that's why his brother is also very important to him. He's always been like, I think one of the one scene that I really like is when Mario says that he hasn't been away from his brother for this long ever,
Yeah.
and it's really cute
Because
that they
it's
have
like one
always
day.
been together. yeah, but you know, it's so cute. And Mario has this, like, you know, puppy face.
he's
Basically,
sad.
he's like, and Peach says, "Don't worry, we're gonna get
Yeah.
him back." And it's like, and he shines up a bit,
Yeah.
and it's really cute. And I think
Because it also kind of piss off in the end when Luigi falls towards the lava, and it's just like, and he comes. That's when he comes, because he's. There's also the flashback scene where they're babies,
Baby
Mario
Mario,
and baby
baby.
Luigi. And like Luigi sees the castle in the Darklands
Yeah.
from above, and he has a flashback
Yeah.
to building a toy castle as a kid, and some other kid wrecks it. Then Mario
Yeah.
comes in, baby Mario, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck off! Don't
where
touch my
where
bro."
is Mario?
Then he hands
You know.
Luigi a little flag he had on the castle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, with the family, it was such a missed opportunity. I really, really wanted them to call the mother Mia.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Mamma
I
Mia.
need that. I wanted to be called Mamma Mia. It
Yeah.
wasn't even in the credits. It was just like Mario's mom.
Mario's mom.
Um,
But it's not that important.
It's- no, it's
I
not.
think though,
But I just-
what's
that
kind
was
of
I was craving it.
what's a bit interesting to me, I think, that's not that they didn't go deeper into, which is one of the things maybe I would have liked to see a bit more of. That's when Donkey Kong has a kind of, you know, because this is a thing from the Donkey Kong Country games as well. We even talked about the possibilities of a Donkey Kong Country movie that was basically about the fact that Donkey Kong needs to live up to his fucking the like Cranky Kong, and they touched upon it because that's a commonality that Mario and Donkey Kong have. That Donkey Kong, Mario says that like he like his dad doesn't believe in him, and Donkey Kong also is like, Cranky doesn't even believe in me either.
They bond over it, like doing reverse. Your dad is right.
You know,
Your dad is right.
that's just one of those things where I like it works. I think the speed of it all is fine because it's so simple.
It's simple,
in its
but it's really fast.
execution.
Both Mario and Donkey Kong get that for their dad
Yes.
in the end, like where they're just like, good job, son, and
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, thanks, dad. Although it is a bit too fast, I think, especially Donkey
Yeah.
Kong, like he saves Cranky
It's
from
fast.
at the wedding. And it's super fast, and Cranky's just like, oh, like Cranky just kind of disappears from the movie, and I kind of,
You know
I think
what
I
see
would
what-
have,
yeah.
you know, what I would have wanted, like a little bit of a longer ending, because the
Yes.
ending is kind of quick.
Yes.
but
But
we'll get
like
to
I
that.
said, that's what I mean about the pacing. Like it's fine. Although I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't have minded it being longer because that's just what you kind of get, I guess.
Okay, you want to talk about the Donkey Kong
Wait,
stuff?
I wanna say first though, what I think is really cute about there are so many thoughts right now, but like Bowser also being fueled by the fact, like he's just like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna marry Peach, but he's more so fueled by the fact that he is so insecure that another guy coming and being even close to Peach is him like he gets so mad about
That's
it.
what he has against Mario. Mario is close to Peach.
Yes.
They even like kind of hint towards them, Mario and Peach kind of liking each other.
Yes.
And then Donkey Kong and Toad kind of squabble over it next to
Yeah.
them, and they just kind of pushed aside. And I like that because it's like
It's cute.
Bowser does the whole thing, we're gonna marry you, and like force it upon Peach.
Yeah.
But
Bowser
Mario
is
doesn't need that.
yeah, he's
just
down to
like,
earth.
well, like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he doesn't bring it up like, oh, Peach, marry me, because
I think also I
don't need
mentioned
to.
to you. I'm sorry, we're going all over the place, but I mentioned to you that one of my thoughts about before we watched the thing is that I think, of course, that like Peach is gonna be from somewhere else.
yes.
And of course we
was.
saw the flashback, and it's like
Which wasn't
she-
elaborated on.
No,
It's just a
and
flashback
it just
where
opens
Baby
for-
Peach
it just opens
arrives
for
in a
more
war.
stuff.
Yeah, Baby Peach arrives in a war pipe.
Yeah,
And
exactly like I thought it would happen.
Yeah, and the Toads just find her, and
Yeah.
then she's raised
then
in
she-
the Mushroom Kingdom
yeah.
and becomes their princess.
Yeah.
She should have been their queen, though, but you know.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's cute though. I think I think that's also one of the things that I told you beforehand that it would be like that's one of the reasons why they get together in a sense.
Yeah, because she's just like, oh,
because
you're a human.
Yeah.
She gets excited
because
about that.
because that's you have to question that stuff. Like it's very easy probably when you're writing a script like this. It's like, where did Peach come from? Where like just that
It
you
is
don't need to
yeah.
answer the question, but like just that she was from somewhere else. She's also human.
Yeah.
She's probably not from the Mushroom Kingdom.
What's interesting about it is that like this movie does put some origin stories on, like Mario and Luigi have like a source. They come from Brooklyn. They have a family and everything. They have a home life. Peach came from somewhere. Like Peach is a human in the Mushroom Kingdom. Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong are like a more elaborate, like, okay, this is Cranky is Donkey Kong's father in this one, which is like fine with that reinterpretation. We want to talk about Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Because I want to talk about Donkey Kong. Because when
Go.
we got to the Donkey Kong part,
Okay, I just want to say first, it's really funny to me that if you're into Mario lore,
I was
no,
only want to say
Yeah.
when we got to the Donkey Kong part, I was the most excited. It was
Yeah.
the most exciting to me. That was just
Yes.
what I wanted to say.
okay, I'm sorry, but what's really funny, if you're into Mario lore for some reason, I don't know, then it's kind of interesting that this just implies in general that the Donkey Kong, like the Kong Kingdom and all that stuff, they made Mario Kart,
Yeah.
which is kind of,
Anti-gravity
Yeah.
technology and everything.
it's just a bit funny, isn't
Their
it?
entire society revolves around go-karting,
Yeah.
and that feels like it's a streamlining in some sense. I think
Yeah,
that
put
was
stuff
they
together.
knew they needed the Mario Kart part, and probably like it was like, let's add it to the jungle section. That really feels like a compromise.
A fun juxtaposition,
thing.
I guess. Also,
Maybe the next Mario Kart will be a Donkey Kong kart. Probably not.
no.
Although,
It won't.
like, it gave me an idea of
Although
like
Cranky Kong could be in it.
the whole. Yeah, you really should. But like the whole Rainbow Road segment had the Kongs with the weapons and everything. They customized the vehicles. Peach gets a paint job on her. So I was just like, what if the next Mario game has like a little bit more customization and like more of a battle royale thing?
I
Who
think
knows?
it's more of an.
I think it's
just an
interpretation,
interpretation of Mario Kart 8 in particular.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a fun idea. Anyway, so
Donkey
the
Kong.
Donkey Kong stuff, I really like the Donkey Kong stuff because it just goes into like Donkey Kong. All of it. I just felt so excited when they got to the gates, and it's just like, oh, it's Jungle Japes. The Jungle Japes theme is playing. It's just like, yes. I didn't know how much I wanted that until it happened. It's just like, shit, Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong so much.
Yeah.
I was like more excited about Donkey Kong than Mario in this.
And of course, once again, just like I said, they're gonna get to the kingdom to get the warriors,
Yes.
and they're gonna fight their strongest warrior,
Yes.
Donkey Kong.
He's Donkey
Well,
Kong.
yeah,
Yes.
of course,
And
obviously.
And what got us the moment we were like woo and golf clapped was when Donkey Kong comes in, sings the DK rap really quick, like just a few lines. He also says it's sound like Donkey Kong.
Of course.
DK rap wasn't credited to Grant Kirkhope.
Thank you.
Don't know why. Bad form, Nintendo. Whatever.
Classic Nintendo.
Classic Nintendo move.
Fuckers.
But so they sing that like the crowd loves Donkey Kong,
Of course.
and then
He's
Cranky's just like,
the big
okay,
boy.
everyone quiet, and then you hear like one person being like, DK, Donkey Kong, and he's like, that goes for you too, Diddy, and it shows Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong gives him a bit of a like.
Yeah, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and Chunky Kong. Not Kiddy Kong. I really like. They should have had Kiddy Kong there as well.
Kiddy
like,
Kong Erasure.
Kiddy Kong Erasure.
I hate that.
But you know, like Dixie Kong. We saw
Dixie Kong's redesign
Dixie Kong
is really good.
Yeah, I really
by
like
the
it.
way.
Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong, and Chunky Kong. We saw
Yeah.
that shot and we're like, yes! Very quietly, politely.
Yes, politely. You did it very nicely.
And then Diddy Kong also plays the Donkey Kong bongos,
Yeah,
which is really cute.
when it's done. I think I really like their designs though.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, and I it just makes me like. I want a Donkey Kong movie. Come on, it'll be fine.
I really want a Donkey
I
Kong
think
movie,
if
yeah.
they
It would be fun.
like they will probably make another Super Mario Bros. Movie though.
Yeah,
So I'm not too.
I think this is gonna rake in money and they're gonna make another. Nintendo are banking on this. They wanna expand their brand. They're gonna make another movie. It's gonna happen. Like
I think so.
No doubt about
I
it.
don't think people should expect anything outside of the Mario universe, at least not for now.
No, and also no Smash Bros. Expand the
No.
universe because there's no precedent for that. Smash Bros. Is like figurines mashed against each other.
And I
There's
mean,
no
sure.
real story. Like the universes don't merge in a meaningful way. We're like, oh, ever since Smash Bros, Mario has never been the same because now Star Fox can show up. Never.
One thing that you do have, if we're moving on a bit, just a little bit, it's of course that when you're talking about universes mashing together, we did actually by the end have a scene where things are being mashed together
Yes.
in that the parts of the Mushroom Kingdom is being forced into Brooklyn.
Yes.
So,
Should we just get
I mean,
into that?
yeah,
Because
sure,
it's
why
a whole
not?
wedding
We might get
reception,
back.
and then Bowser.
King Bob-omb is
Bowser
there,
makes
of
it.
course.
This was interesting to me because Bowser is frozen. Peach gets the ice flower
Yeah.
and freezes him, and then Bowser like pops out his head, and he gets like these really tiny
Red eyes, yeah.
irises, and he gets real furious. I thought it was a bit uncanny. Like there was like a unsettling vibe to that. He gets so furious and moves in a like. It was weird seeing Bowser that angry, and it was just like.
But
I
that
think,
was...
I think a few kids are gonna be a little bit scared by that.
I hope so.
It's interesting
I want them to be
because
scared.
he just had like nuke everything,
Yeah, but
and he
that's-
sent out the big.
Yeah,
big,
but that's
big,
wh-
big
th-
bullet
that's when
bill.
he saw Peach and Mario together.
Yes, but like
She was all
yeah.
cutesy with
Yes.
Mario, and all he got
frozen.
was to be frozen. And I think that what's really interesting about this partly is, of course, there are some people who are gonna complain about Peach being really strong and powerful, and it's like, dude, it's all explained very shortly, very quickly. She's from here. She knows all of this stuff. The power-ups makes you really powerful.
She's their leader.
And all of the, like, honestly,
She's gone through the obstacle
what we
course.
see here, first of all, is of course that the minions on both sides are pretty fucking useless in general. She doesn't like kick Bowser's ass.
Yeah.
She freezes him because
Yeah.
that's like the only thing she can do. And then at the end there we actually he sees I like the scene though, right, where she says, "Did you really think I was gonna marry you?" Kinda.
Yeah.
It's-
so Bowser.
because he's so like that's what we were talking about before, that he's so clueless about everything. going
in
on.
Bowser's fury, sees that he sends out the
Yes.
big bullet bill nuke,
Yeah.
and Mario in the scene in the trailer he gets Tanuki suits and flies away with it.
Yeah,
Like
and we see him
he
being
distracts it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
chased
so the
by it.
big bullet bill he leads it to the warp pipe, which I was like, is he gonna like destroy his only way home? But that's not it. Like the big bullet bill enters the warp
breaks
pipe,
the pipe from
and
that point.
explodes, and that creates like unleashes.
I thought he was gonna like blow up Brooklyn.
It's just like fuck New York.
Fuck New York.
No, so
Yeah.
it's pretty. That was like that could have happened. Like
No,
that
it
was
couldn't
a risk to
have.
his plan.
No, it couldn't have happened.
So yeah, like when that explodes, some
Yep.
mystical energy is unleashed,
Yeah.
and everyone's sucked into it, and then Bowser's whole kingdom, Flying Kingdom, enters Brooklyn, and there's a final standoff between Mario.
I think it's a
and
good way
Bowser.
to bring it all back.
Yeah, Peach, Donkey Kong, and Luigi are also there. Everyone's fighting.
Everyone's doing things.
Mario has the scene where he's thrown in to punch out pizza, where they are in the beginning of the film.
Yeah, Bowser punches him into it.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the film also we have Charles Martinet as Jumpman,
Of
playing
course.
the arcade Jumpman at
Yeah.
Punch Out Pizza. That's where that role was. Anyway, Mario sits there next to the TV playing the Mario commercial,
Yeah.
and the Jumpman arcade game. He's just like, don't amount to anything. Bowser yells at him, "You are nothing."
Yeah, just like I thought. He's like, he taunts him because he has just fucking punched him
Yeah.
into the stratosphere. But as we said before, Mario always gets back on his feet.
Yeah.
That has been the theme throughout the entire movie. Like with Donkey Kong, for example, that's his biggest strength. He always gets back on his feet. He never gives up. And he never lets up. He always keeps trying things over
Yeah.
and over again.
So Mario sees the broken TV having a glitched broadcast of
Yeah.
the Mario commercial. Doesn't really make sense. Whatever. He's seeing that, he's remembering his roots, but I really like that he sits next to the Jumpman arcade game, because it
Yeah.
kind of, in a meta way, also like refers to like you come so far. Like you started 40 years ago.
Now
in
you're a
Donkey Kong.
movie.
Now you're in a movie. Yeah, he's just it's a bit
And
cute.
of course, he
He and Luigi help each other. They get the Power Star, and they
I like
become
that they do
invincible.
it together, because like that Luigi gets the moment
It's a
at
Super
the end,
Mario Bros. movie.
and they say to Luigi that Luigi is so brave,
Yeah,
and he says that's kind of my thing.
yeah. He had a really understated like Usopp One Piece arc
Yes.
of being like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid, but I'm gonna try being brave anyway.
I really liked Luigi and Mario though. Like their relationship is very quick and simple, but I like when they get together again and they hug and all that stuff on the wedding
Luigi
reception.
is interesting because, like, as we saw, he's damseled, and I was expecting like a little bit more Luigi. I was kind of surprised that like the really
Weren't that much.
no like
He does get his stuff at the end.
he
at
does,
least.
but it's just like
Yeah.
they could have used a lot more Luigi, because Luigi was really fun.
Luigi is funny. I think Charlie Day as Luigi is like it's
really,
top
really-
notch.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
why
really
I wanted
good.
more of him, because it was really good.
I think like I don't know. I like though that they got to do their supersonic power up
Yeah.
at the end.
It's the same climax as the Sonic 1 movie.
They're basically the same climax as the second one also almost.
Yeah, but like in the street.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah. In this,
the-
yes, you're right. You're
Yeah.
correct.
And
That's
they get
true.
the superpower thing.
That is true.
Uh,
In Green Hill
yeah.
and in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What a funny coincidence. I think though, like I said, it's nice that they because the thing that makes it possible for Mario to get the Power Star at the end, together with Luigi, is of course that Luigi takes the courage to himself, and he blocks the fire from Bowser, so that they can jump and catch the star before the fire hits
There's
them.
also this shot of Mario like reaching out his hand towards Luigi, and he's like, I saw that, and he's just like, this is gonna be a meme. This is gonna be a meme in some way.
Sure, probably. Yeah, and then it ends pretty quickly.
Yeah,
like you
Bowser's
said.
defeated. He's pummeled to fucking dog shit by Mario
Yeah.
Brothers. Everyone sees them. Their parents are just like, "Whoa, cool."
They gave Bowser a mini mushroom, and he becomes small, so they
Yeah,
put him in a
little yard.
in a little yard.
Mario mentioned earlier when flirting with Peach while go-karting that in our world turtles aren't evil, they're more like pets, and it was just like, come to Brooklyn, I might buy you a turtle as a pet, and it pays off. She gets a turtle as a pet.
I am like that stuff though. There's so much you can do in another one.
In a
Like
sequel,
there's so much opening for either Bowser doing something, some other shenanigans, or someone else coming in.
Should we
like,
talk
you
about
know,
that,
you know
the
what's really funny?
post-credits thing?
No, but you know what's really funny about this is that, of course, the first post-credit scene, the first credit scene, I guess, is Bowser is singing his Peaches song again, but he's doing it inside of a little bird cage.
Yes.
Like, he's really small still. But I'm thinking, partly, is that, like, you could either make like a thing where they break him out, like the Koopa Kids or something like that, or you have one of these things, because now that everything is established, you can go a bit more any direction. Like, you can go anywhere, because you can't just repeat it again. Now you can go anywhere. So what I was thinking is basically like, what if this is the case where the second movie is the time where Bowser has to team up with others?
It could happen. Like,
because it
I
would
think
be
my
funny.
idea for like a good follow-up,
Yeah.
my immediate thought is just that, like, well, you can just expand Bowser's, like, he has the Koopa Kids something. But what I find fun is that, like, you kind of need to expand on the whole Mario stuff, because they were nobodies in this film. He's kind of had to
Now they're
gain
big.
their fame and everything. They're heroes. In the next one, like, that's why a Wario thing would be so fun, because it's just like Wario would just be like the copycat more, this kind of being like, no, you can't just put on the plumber's overall and just steal my glory. It could be like something fun with that.
Yeah.
But so like the post credits, like the actual end of the credits,
It's really
in
underwhelming.
the sewers of New York, like where they found a pipe.
Yeah.
It's a Yoshi egg, and it cuts to black, and you hear Yoshi. And the reason why it was underwhelming to me, because like first trailer had just the little
you
shot
have
of
already seen the
Yoshi
Yoshis.
running, so I was just kind of expecting there to be a scene at Yoshi's Island in this film. In fact, I was just like, when they're going back to the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario's gonna get separated. He's gonna end up at Yoshi's Island. It didn't happen.
What's really funny is that I told you that was not going to happen. I told you that was just part of the montage of them going somewhere,
sure.
but you didn't listen.
The reason why was just like, why are they showing Yoshi's Island? Yoshi's Island is gonna be in this, so I was just like kind of expecting Yoshi to show up here, but no. So Yoshi is the sequel bait, and I'm looking at that like, what do you like?
Well, he is in Brooklyn, so we have the conundrum, of course, of Bowser's bullshit coming in there.
Yes,
And because we get, actually, now that I think of it, it's actually in the wedding reception, one of the presents that they emphasize on the table is a Yoshi egg. So that's where it came from.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So basically what happened is that when all of that crashed in, then Yoshi fell in there. I don't know exactly, because all of this stuff has already entered Brooklyn once. I don't know exactly what. Like, I guess that you could have something happen with Yoshi, because what you could do after that is basically like, I don't know exactly, because Yoshi's Island stuff is not necessarily on the table now, except for maybe Peach, maybe.
I can't see a prequel Yoshi's Island.
No,
I can't
not a
see
prequel.
that.
Not a prequel. That's not what I'm saying.
The thing with Yoshi 2 is Yoshi is too feral. Like, I can see Donkey Kong talking. I cannot see
No, he's not gonna talk.
Yoshi talking, because Yoshi is more like a pet to Mario,
Yeah.
a horse. It would be weird
Horse.
if Yoshi was talking. So I'm thinking like, okay, so Yoshi's in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next movie is gonna be like more in the real world, where like there's a Yoshi outbreak in New York?
Yoshi out.
and-
Wait, are you gonna do fucking Jurassic Park 2? or
I don't
whatever?
know. Like you like
Is that Jurassic Park 2?
yes, the Lost
Yes.
World.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the Yoshis are coming from the sewers, alligators in the sewers. You know.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
I thought about it right now. Something like it's just kind of a reversal. Like we're in the real world and there's the Yoshis or something. I don't really like. It doesn't sound that exciting to me. I don't know like what it can do with it.
I don't think-
I guess maybe it's not too important. Maybe
No,
it will
I
just
don't
be
think
something
so.
else. It's just that Yoshi's gonna be in it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just gonna
Mario's gonna ride Yoshi.
be Mario's gonna
That's
have
the hint.
like an arc where he has a pet.
Mario is gonna...
Illumination made a Secret Life of Pets. They're just like, we're gonna make a Mario pet movie.
There
and
was a dog in this one.
Yeah, Miyamoto was just
Yeah.
like, okay.
Miyamoto's like, yes, I love Yoshi.
Actually,
Make Mario ride Yoshi.
The stray cat in the beginning of the film when they're running
Yeah.
through Brooklyn, was that from like The Secret Life of Pets?
I have no idea.
I don't remember
The dog
anything from
looks,
that film. Yeah, I was thinking the dog and
lot.
that cat were just like, were they from
I
the
think
movie?
it's just
don't remember that.
Illumination.
We have watched.
Animals.
Did we watch both Secret Life of Pets movies? We watched one of them.
No, we watched one of them.
Oh, yeah,
We didn't
I don't
watch
really
2 of them.
remember much from that. But yeah, like I guess a movie where Mario just has to raise a Yoshi.
Is it gonna
in some
be
way.
Mama
That's it.
Luigi?
Maybe.
They're gonna reference Mama Luigi at some point. I know they're gonna do that. They're gonna be like, "It's Mama Luigi to you, Mario."
Speaking of references,
Yeah.
let's talk about some fun references. So we had Jumpman.
Yeah.
We had a Punch Out Pizza. There were a lot of fun
lot of
signs
subtle
in
stuff. I don't.
Brooklyn.
You know what's really funny is that there are some. I read some review stuff that said that, that it's just a bunch of like that stuff.
No.
But no. But I'm like, I don't think it's really that, like, none of it is important. It's
No,
just background
absolutely
shit.
not.
Like it's not, like if you didn't
Potentially the
know about
power
these
ups,
things.
but it's still also like you understand immediately that the cat suit is a cat. Mario's a cat.
Yeah, Mario's
And he
a cat
does
now.
cat stuff.
And he says that Mario
Yeah.
figures it out as you figure it
Yeah.
out if you haven't
Peach
played
takes
the game.
the ice flower and she throws ice. Like
Yeah,
you
because
understand
before-
it immediately.
Like the reason it makes sense too is because the fire flower fires fire.
Yeah.
Here's the ice flower.
Every power up is very
Simple.
neatly introduced and like
and used and then
explained
yeah.
just visually. Mario
Visually,
eats. Mario doesn't like mushrooms, so he has to eat
Yeah.
the power mushroom, and he grows large. I didn't notice that his
No,
height was
yeah.
fluctuating in the trailer. It was just like oh. But yeah, I don't think that's remotely weird. The
I
elaborate
think that's a
mini
wait,
mushroom on
wait,
Mario
I would think that's really funny as a
before the boss
as a
payoff.
thing they made an interpretation of course, because Mario is a small guy.
Yes.
And people make fun of him for it several times
Yes.
throughout the movie. He's a
Yes.
small guy, and then he gets the mushroom, and he gets to be a tall guy. He
Yeah,
gets to
big
be
boy.
big, and all that stuff. And I think it's kind of funny to have that as a representation of
Yes.
the games. But you said that about the visuals and stuff. How I think that's true for the games as well. That a lot of it is just explained through visuals.
Yes.
Like you putting on the cat suit, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's intuitive in a sense where it's like, yeah, you can climb on walls now.
Yeah.
And you're fast.
Yes. So the references back to that.
Yeah.
Because you
I mean,
went out completely. There were a lot of fun signs in the Brooklyn parts.
Yeah.
Where like it was just a bunch of Nintendo references, like everything. We had a Punch Out Pizza. We had like next to Punch Out Pizza, there was like a Super Mario Sunshine, like travel agency or something.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed so many things.
At the end, when Bowser arrives, like there's a Discon, like the Famicom Disc System mascot.
Discon.
Little street sign.
I
It was also like I think it was like the slot machine from like Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah. You know what's
Poster.
really fun too? Maybe you didn't notice this entirely, but there is a. He does hold in the ones where he practices, like telling Peach to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
He has the flowers,
From Odyssey.
the little the piranha plants,
And the hat.
of course he has the
From
hat
Odyssey.
and the suit. And all
There
that
was
stuff.
also the Bob-omb King from Super Mario 64 at the wedding.
Boo, Big Boo,
Yeah.
not King Boo.
The
Big
big Chekhov's King Bob-omb.
Yeah, that blows
Because
up.
he gets set on fire and blows up.
There was also a Pikmin.
Yes,
In
in
the
the rich
beginning.
mansion that the brothers plumb in.
I was
in the
so
beginning
sure
of the
it was
film.
gonna be Pauline.
Yeah, I was expecting, but Pauline
no.
was the mayor. She was on TV.
Yeah.
Like she's there. But yeah, they had a little Pikmin statuette in their fancy house. It probably was something more than. Well, there was like the tiles on the wall at the staircase. Which
You
was
noticed
like
a lot more
an
stuff than
NES
me.
tile. Was also in Morris' room at his home.
He has F-Zero poster.
He had an F-Zero poster, yeah. He
Ice
was
Climber.
also Ice Climber. There was like a balloon fight sign in Brooklyn as well. Mori was playing Kid Icarus. And
Lots of stuff.
he had an NES, of course. This was in a world because the Jumpman game was called Jumpman,
Jumpman.
Help Me Jumpman, and it had like a blonde Donkey Kong gorilla thing.
Silly.
There's a lot of 80s nostalgia in this. The soundtrack
Well,
is a bunch-
obviously.
yeah, but the soundtrack is a bunch of 80s songs like Take On Me and
And I think that makes sense from the perspective. I think
Need a Hero.
I think a lot of people will maybe be like, "Why these songs?" But then it's like also, like you said, a bit of 80s
Yeah,
nostalgia
Mario's-
stuff.
especially
Mario's
now
an
that we're
80s
kind of
boy.
touching Mario's roots.
Yes.
The whole Donkey Kong, Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros thing, the Super Mario Bros Super Show, like this is an 80s property. That's why it's all but there's like Mr. Blue Sky, the last one when they wake up because Mario recreates his gamer pad in Mushroom Kingdom. And Thunderstruck, AC/DC. So Miss Blue Sky is like 1977 and Thunderstruck is 1990. I checked it before this.
I checked.
So it's still kind of adjacent, and I think that's probably like, is that a Miyamoto thing?
I don't know.
Because I think like
It's hard to say.
Illumination would want, they're like, we want some popular songs, and Miyamoto would probably just be like, it should be 80s.
I don't. It's hard to say because I think a lot of the creative team behind it is also obviously clued in.
Yes.
A lot of research has to be
Yes.
done to make all of this work. I think it's yeah.
So there was also
Ugh.
one like potential reference. I don't know if it's conscious or not. Probably not, because like when Mario and Donkey Kong fall off Rainbow Road, they get swallowed by a big eel.
Yeah.
What game is that? Is that an eel for like New Super Mario Bros? Because I was thinking it was like the eel from Super Mario 64, but it doesn't really match. And I think like, aren't there eels in like New Super? I don't remember New Super
I
Mario
think it's
Bros.
just a big eel.
I think there's like a level with eels, but anyway, they're inside the eel.
Yeah.
I was just watching that and just being like, is this is some way a reference to Super Mario Land 2?
Oh yeah.
It kinda is.
Maybe you have to listen to the soundtrack afterwards because it might be that they're like.
They were doing like a Luigi's Mansion, some thing in
yes,
the Darklands.
in the Darklands, yeah. Where Luigi's walking around with his flashlight.
I really like
Mario.
the incidental music taking cues from the games because
Yeah.
it's also like because Mario games the soundtrack are so like iconic that in a lot of scenes I used to hear Mario tune, and like my brain has to like place which game is this from, because they're all so ubiquitous that like like the trumpets are doing like the and we're just like, wait, what's this? Oh, it's the level clear theme. And like I had to think a second, because they're also like Mario, like it all makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a really nice. Mario puts on the Tanuki suit and then becomes like Mario Bros 3 theme.
Yeah, of course.
It's just really nice. They did it nice.
It's I think the beyond everything else, it's a well put together movie with a lot of thought behind it.
Yes.
For sure.
We're gonna get the Blu-ray when it comes out, and
probably
freeze frame to an type film. Although, like, I was expecting maybe a bit more of those like freeze frame cool shots, because, like, when you're in like the Donkey Kong land, it's just a bunch of huts. Like, some funny monkeys in the background, but like I think a lot of segments of this film maybe aren't like too exciting.
Maybe not.
To scour the backgrounds in. The Brooklyn parts were like cramped, and like the Mushroom Town, but we had already seen the Mushroom Town,
yes,
the little shop and everything from the first poster. So a lot of those were just like, oh yeah, that's cute, but you know, I already knew that. I guess that's my impression of this one. Like, I wasn't disappointed, but I was like, this is the first film I've ever really like
desiccated,
fully
the trailers,
dissected every trailer, and then going into it, it's like, well, yeah, now I like know
that's that thing.
This entire film. There were some surprises. I liked a lot of. I liked the film, but like.
I know what you mean. It's
if
when
you've been
you
watching
here's a tip.
Yeah.
Don't dissect a bunch of trailers, because
you will figure out what the movie is about, what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I said, I knew pretty much the structure.
The only thing you didn't predict that you
I
really
was
wanted
wrong.
was the axe, and I was just like, I was thinking like, is there any possibility this is gonna come back? No,
but I wasn't planning on it to become the Mario Adventures comic, like actually becoming it.
They did remove the Mushroom Kingdom Here We Come line.
Yeah, but I think I was expecting that actually, because it's like if you look at how it's structured and all that stuff, I think that was more like just a.
They didn't have the Chris Pratt. Woohoo! They changed it. He had another line. Also the "Let's end this." It's not there.
No.
Because the last trailer had like a doom 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 doom. Let's end this. It was really nice.
That's because Bowser is, of course, like he's coming. He is appearing in front of Peach.
Yes.
He says, "As feisty as usual" or something. I don't remember exactly what he said. He has something like that to say to her,
something.
Implying, of course, that they have, in some sense, met before or know of each other.
Yeah, like,
which is neat.
It is interesting that, like, because I saw.
What does that mean?
We saw some like complain about this movie that it doesn't explain like the lore, which is so funny because it's the Mario movie, but also like I don't think that's needed.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that Peach comes from somewhere. We never like get like she goes to Brooklyn and she's like, oh, I used to have a daughter who had a hair just like you, princess, and she was so cute. She was actually like exactly your age. Yeah, not like that, and like you don't explain the anonymity between like the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser's Kingdom. Nothing of this sort. We're like, yes, because this. No,
it doesn't matter.
They're just evil.
It's not important. Bowser is a big turtle and he wants to marry Peach. That's the premise.
Yeah.
There are some people, of course, who are gonna be really mad and baby about the fact that there is a joke where where Peach and Mario go out on the courtyard and all the toads are there and they share, yay! Because Peach is going to get the Kong army.
Yeah.
And then they ask, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Because
Who's
no one knows
he?
because no one knows who Mario is at this point.
Yeah.
And she like looks.
She's like, ooh.
no,
Oh no.
he's not important. And then they just
not important.
And then they just cheer.
Fisting air. Yeah,
Yay!
it's
Then they
funny
leave.
because like I really like the dynamic between Peach and Mario because Peach is, as we said, she's the mentor character. She's the one who knows this place and has to show it to Mario. And even by the Donkey Kong part, like Mario kind of shows himself, and she just gets so excited.
I think she's
when
still
she
really
sees-
like people assume that she was just gonna be like frowny faced and
course not.
angry, but like I think she's still also really sweet.
Yeah. She
because
gets so
he's-
excited when she sees Mario fight Donkey Kong and win.
Yeah, it's very cute.
And from that point on, like, of course, she does a bunch of stuff in the Mario Kart action scene, and then she fucks around with Bowser.
Yeah.
By the end, like, she is never made a damsel more than when she's in a hostage situation to marry him.
Yeah,
But
and
even
I think
then-
that's fine.
Toad just like, oh, here's the bouquet, princess, and she's just like, oh yeah, just the one I've ordered.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
Bowser's really not that clever. He's just a bit of a goof. But yeah,
I like this movie. I
I
don't really have
enjoyed
anything more to
myself.
say.
It was as I expected. I would enjoy it, because I am 12, and I am gonna I'm 31, and I
Can't be cynical about
like
this.
I
one.
can't be cynical about this movie because I just don't have the energy to be like mad about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just enjoyed it exactly for what it was, and it was exactly what I imagined it to be. So I'm like patting my inner 10-year-old on the back and being like, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And
I guess-
I like the 1993 Mario Bros movie too.
Yeah, we
and these are
rewatched it
really
recently.
different.
It's a fun. Although there are a bunch of fun parallels between them. Like they have like the Mario Luigi relationship.
Yes.
Like he
They
needs to
focus
save
on
his
that
brother,
stuff because
and
that's the
they're
most important
tight-knit.
stuff.
They have the they're in Brooklyn. How the
They're failures.
the plumbing service, it doesn't really work out, and
Yeah.
like the sewer stuff, like it has a
It
lot
has
of
stuff,
parallels. It's interesting. I guess that's just an interpretation of Mario to begin with, like Super Show did. They are plumbers, found a secret warp zone while we're working on the drain. You know that's it's just logical. Mario, Donkey Kong, the girders and everything, Manhattan maybe,
Yeah.
sewers, and then the Mushroom Kingdom.
And a
like,
princess. It doesn't really matter who the princess is exactly.
yeah,
It's fine. But yeah, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
I
so-
had a good time
Yeah,
in the cinema.
I like the '93 movie more when I watched it recently with you, but like.
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
it's great.
I think this is a movie I really liked as a kid. This goes in like my group of films that I'm kind of pissed came out when I was an adult and not like when I was a kid. But this one, the Lego movie, the Tintin movie,
Oh yeah.
Secret of the Unicorn, and the Sonic movies, of course.
Yeah.
Those are like the films that I'm just like, why did that not come out when I was a kid? Because they would have been like my favorite movies. Now I can just kind of watch them and be like, yeah, they're fun. I would have loved them if I was the target audience.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's what life is. It's a bunch of movies that came out like 25 years too late.
Yeah. They're not video games, that's for sure. You could be playing Super Mario Bros.
You could play that instead.
Yeah. Like, why waste time watching movies, really?
They should stop making.
They should stop making movies.
Well, Universal movies, come on. Universal games.
Yeah.
Make video games.
Make video games. That's
You
the
could make a
future.
Mario game. I
You
think
know when-
Mario would actually work pretty well as a game. You know, like when Mario's running through the construction site in the beginning, I think that could be like a level in a game.
Yeah.
Like when he grabs the flagpole and by the
Yeah.
castle restaurant thing.
Yeah.
It could be like a thing.
Yeah. Maybe Super Mario Bros. Could have been a video game.